Welcome back to Dinar Trend Tracker channel. Tonight marks the beginning of what is being hailed as a crucial moment in the broadcast. Many people are observing the countdown, which is symbolic, and it has supposedly hit zero. Many in this economic sector are hailing this development as the catalyst for the most consequential update in the history of the sector. Everyone involved has said that the energy has been absolutely electrifying from the first warning started popping up in niche economic forums and all the way through the subsequent deluge of real-time data coming from worldwide financial discourse. Many sources are informing viewers that this is not going to be your run-of-the-mill evening of guesswork and recycled theories. Rather, what has been noticed is a surge of activity related to the Iraqi Dinar, which experts are describing as the most pronounced, coordinated, and synchronized action observed in more than 10 years. It is clear from the deluge of reports that something is different with the data itself. According to observers, this cycle's data feels sharper, the discourse is louder, and the motions look significantly more coordinated than in past cycles. It seems like entire global financial grids have secretly moved into a greater level of readiness, according to these unsubstantiated allegations. Supposed insiders, analysts, and observers on different continents are supposedly saying the same thing right now. They have never experienced the intensity of this night like it has. Everyone is taking a moment to assess what's happening and what it might mean for the next several hours. The atmosphere is electric with expectation. There seems to have been an explosive burst of coordinated communication across a wide range of investor communities. The energizing remark that seemed to set the entire internet financial world in motion is being echoed by this behavior. Go live with the system, IQD rate is operational. As far as the monitors could tell, these particular words went viral in niche economic forums, private telegram rooms, and exclusive conference channels. To onlookers, it is noteworthy that these groups, which never coincide in timing or mood, were unexpectedly together. The time is being examined with more seriousness than usual by even the most skeptical observers due to this unprecedented convergence. Observing the alignment's unparalleled character. The most striking aspect of this claimed synchronicity is its extensive geographic extent. The identical signal started arriving at the same time from several financial centers, as if a worldwide switch had been flipped, according to observers. In addition to reports from London and Detroit, tags from Beirut, Chicago, Dubai, and Houston all hinted to a possible return. Event that ends activation. The alignment is quite rare, but it doesn't change the fact that none of this has been officially confirmed by any government or financial organization. People in different parts of the world are reporting the same day for the first time ever. Minutes separate them, he says. A string of rumors detailing suspicious inner workings has surfaced in American banking circles. Claiming to have come from reliable sources, these claims detail how the internal rate tables displayed on bank screens temporarily update with fresh data before returning to their original state, by mode. According to these sources, this occurrence is extremely rare and practically never happens at the same time at numerous major universities. Rumor has it that several big banks allegedly set off internal refresh cycles. This is not your average, mundane system update, rather, it is the kind of system-wide refresh that usually happens when big data flows are ingested. Those cognizant of the pattern's possible consequences are keeping a careful eye on it. Some sources claim that the supposed back-end activities did not have completely hidden effects. At these times, customers who use their online banking portals may have experienced brief outages. These disruptions were most noticeable in the late evening, when traffic to financial websites is often at its lowest. Those with experience in the banking industry who have been keeping an eye on this trend have spoken out about its importance. Adding more mystery to the evening's proceedings, they clarify that such coordinated refresh waves are common during times of active preparation, testing, or temporary adjustment for significant rollouts of foreign currency data feeds. The particular pattern fits nicely with what financial insiders supposedly call a pre-activation posture, although this activity in no way confirms a rate shift. This is the phase of getting everything in order before introducing new values, when all the back-end systems are checked, aligned, and synchronized. Analyses have shown that this stance was almost never seen in earlier rumor cycles or waves of conjecture. It is precisely this difference that is giving tonight's event its extraordinary punch. According to analysts, banks typically do not do coordinated refreshes of this magnitude without a very good cause. Reports from Baghdad-based observers are trickling in at the same time. Signs of unusual movement are being described in these accounts, adding to the air of stress and expectancy. These eyewitness reports indicate that late at night, lights were seen throughout multiple vital facilities associated with Iraq's central banking system. Because many of these workplaces are usually dark by early evening, this is very remarkable. The customary cadence of the city's financial area has been piqued by this unusual activity, which has been accompanied by unproven rumors of extra security, troop deployment, and unexpected staff moves. Although these outliers could be disregarded alone, they are being evaluated in light of broader historical trends. The operational preparation that frequently accompanies important national announcements, new policy rollouts, or major financial audits is reminiscent of this type of work, according to observers. Furthermore, there have been reports of brief ATM outages in specific regions, which could be due to system-wide updates or cash handling preparations. When taken as a whole, these details give Baghdad an intense sensation of speed. Appears as though the country is on the brink of a big financial revelation, however all these theories are just conjectural until anything official says so. Reportedly, even local media segments have changed their tone in the past few hours, but they are still being ambiguous. Some listeners have reported hearing terms like new financial chapter and economic transition on these broadcasts on a more regular basis. These statements could be taken for typical economic or political language in most contexts. Many analysts, however, believe that these remarks cannot be disregarded in the particular context of tonight's coordinated global buzz due to the weight and unique timing they convey. Something out of the ordinary is about to happen in the country's economic framework, and the story is being fueled by the combination of the recent change in public-facing language and the back-end financial abnormalities. Analysts are pointing to the long-term context of Iraq's financial transition to explain the seriousness of this night's reports. The country has been methodically laying the groundwork for a new economic age for quite some time. The fundamental framework has kept strengthening little by little, even though the rate of this transition has frequently been slower than what many outside observers had anticipated. To facilitate the transition from a cash-based to an electronic-based society, Iraq has methodically grown its digital banking systems. Reforming regulations, adopting new technologies, and changing business culture all add up to make this an enormous effort. The introduction of more stringent monetary restrictions has been an integral part of this multi-year endeavor. Iraq has taken steps to combat money laundering, improve its anti-fraud protocols, and bring its financial system up to international standards. Additionally, the country's capacity for settlement has been greatly enhanced, facilitating safer and more convenient international financial transactions. Iraq has been able to join trade groups and adhere to global reporting requirements as a result of these efforts, further integrating itself into international financial systems. These are the boring but necessary cornerstones of any contemporary, secure economy, symbolizing the groundwork laid by years of hard work. In particular, the previous 18 months have seen the strongest and most quick improvement since 2003, according to those who carefully follow these reforms on a technical level. There has been an uptick in currency stability within the country's borders and a rise in the nation's foreign reserves, two important economic indicators that have supposedly improved. Nobody has overlooked this development, gaining the support and recognition of a number of international organizations. The necessary foundation is laid down by these procedures. Giving context to the current surge of activity, the worldwide financial community must complete the complicated and lengthy criteria before considering any substantial currency change or revaluation. This evening, many experts are of the opinion that these two schools of thought may be finally merging, given the extraordinary stories circulating concerning back-end rate activity and worldwide synchronization. First, there's the verifiable, long-term development of Iraq's financial roadmap. The second one is the rapid-fire, high-volume sound of a Gulf event. According to experts, this might be more than just another rumor. If the current movement is in line with the planned timeframe of Iraq's multi-year changes. From their point of view, it might signify the start of a protracted transformation that is currently approaching its last, active phase, turning possibilities into realities. Within the hypothetical situation playing out this evening, analysts have started to guess what values could conceivably be shown on these pulsating screens in the back end. Some have speculated that, if these activation rate claims are accurate, Iraqi currency would revert to its value just before the country's destructive civil war. Rumor has it that certain unconfirmed private conversations have brought up dollar-area speculative figures. Keep in mind that no official numbers have been announced and that this is still just a matter of opinion. Such estimations are based on research into Iraq's increasing economic stability and its enormous oil reserves. According to the economists who laid out this theoretical framework, two things would probably come together to form the new rate in the event of a big revaluation. The historical significance of the country and its contemporary economic prospects. The anticipation for the evening has been greatly heightened by the mere thought that banks and banking screens could be testing figures in these higher territory, even if the real rate, if any, will not be known until a formal announcement is made. The unprecedented pattern of worldwide synchronization is being acknowledged by even the most skeptical analysts, highlighting the moment's significance. Whatever the result may be. After the symbolic countdown reached zero earlier, a number of economic experts saw a strong psychological change among the group of long-term subscribers. Over the years, this network has gone through euphoric surges and depressing lulls in communication. Time and again, this loop has tried the mettle of all parties concerned. Necessity has taught us to be wary, suspicious, and methodical in our evaluation. We no longer fall for wild claims made by unknown sources, no matter how enticing they may sound. Although this learnt caution has become characteristic of the community, these same observers have noted that tonight feels mockingly different. The reason behind this is not because anyone has publicly acknowledged it or seen proof that cannot be denied. Instead, it's supposedly due to the fact that, for the first time, all the relevant indications for these analysts are indicating the same direction. Experts in the field assert that they have never witnessed such a conglomeration of factors before, including regional and cross-border speculation, localized anomalies in Iraq, and the precise time periods that have traditionally corresponded with significant worldwide settlement events. A level of clarity that was unusual in previous cycles has been achieved because to this united momentum. Professionals are still dissecting what makes this moment special, as fans wait for official word. According to multiple ex-Treasury analysts, there are certain late-night windows when major rate adjustments occur in every country. This time frame, typically from 11 p.m. in the morning, chosen for operational reasons in important financial centers. The new data feeds can be processed by worldwide banks before the start of the next business day in major markets such as North America, Europe, and Asia, making sure the whole global system transitions without a hitch. The precise timing of these tasks permits foreign partners to update their interconnected systems while simultaneously minimizing disruptions to public-facing services and ensuring the smooth execution of complex compliance checks. Those on the lookout have noticed that the events of tonight occur precisely in the middle of this typical settlement window. This information only serves to heighten the importance of the alleged synchronized banking refresh activity. The international monetary system acts like a huge orchestra in many respects. Prior to the conductor's signal, each instrument must be fine-tuned at the precise moment. Compared to what we've seen recently, the tuning tonight feels much faster, louder, and more pervasive. Invited international analysts are bringing attention to the possible worldwide consequences of a big dinar value change. Due to its expanding importance in maintaining peace in the region and its abundant oil resources, Iraq has considerable sway over global markets. In principle, a more robust and secure currency might entice a slew of new international businesses and substantial investment. Based on these theoretical forecasts, the country's economic trajectory might be drastically changed for decades to come, leading to increased job creation, a boost to reconstruction efforts, and new opportunities for large-scale infrastructure investment. These theoretical models suggest that this change might substantially improve Iraq's standing in global markets and change the dynamics of commerce throughout the whole Middle East. Global allies, especially those that have participated in previous economic assistance agreements, see an affluent and powerful Iraq as a potential catalyst for enhanced security cooperation and regional economic corridors. This might be the beginning of a bigger wave of monetary evolution across developing countries, according to some analysts, if other governments in the region are encouraged to speed up the modernization of their own financial systems by a successful revaluation. Reportedly, there is a great deal of political and financial interest in the concept of a big dinar shift in the U.S. Massive reconstruction investments, vast oil partnerships, and countless development agreements are just a few examples of the long-standing and intricate economic and security links that the United States has with Iraq. There are a number of ways the U.S. could conceivably win if the Iraqi currency were to significantly strengthen. Improving and balancing trade agreements in the vital energy and infrastructure industries is one possibility, as is increasing returns on previous investments. The region's reliance on foreign aid might be diminished if the Iraqi economy were to strengthen. That carry with them their own distinct strategic weight. A lot of people who have been following this trip for a long time have gone through a lot of ups and downs emotionally, from hopeful to disappointed to skeptical. Nevertheless, those who have been patiently waiting for this type of clarity have apparently felt a profound sense of possibility renewed by tonight's historic alignment. This community's resilience is now seen by many as a story about tenacity rather than only a financial one. People have stuck with it not out of naivete but rather a genuine faith in Iraq's ability to recover and capitalize on its enormous unrealized economic potential. Many are viewing the excitement of this evening as proof that their patience has been well placed. Those who are new to this high-energy setting can get calm, uncomplicated advice from the experienced observers. The word on the street is that you should always have your identity on hand and preserve all pertinent documents in an orderly fashion. Most importantly, do not hurry into any agreements without complete clarification. They stress that we should not let our excitement about this time obscure our caution. Central banking authorities and official government communications are examples of avenues via which official announcements may emerge and be easily recognized and verified. Everyone seems to agree that you shouldn't fall for the trap of believing someone who promises you exclusive access or insider appointments. An emerging term, millionaire morning, has been making the rounds on various speculating channels in the lead-up to the early morning hours. With any luck, the first concrete confirmations will start popping up in the following several hours if banks are indeed releasing updated rates during this late-night settlement window. But even in this high-stakes situation, experts are advising viewers to stay rooted in reality and not let their guard down. Official institutions, they say, are the only places where true confirmations should be sought, not anonymous whispers or unsubstantiated screenshots. The public is being informed that in the event of a genuine change, the news will be clearly visible and disseminated worldwide. Watching tonight's show allows us to pause and think about how much progress Iraq has made with its reforms, how drastically the world's financial landscape has changed, and how these factors may now be coming together in ways that were previously only conceivable. People all throughout the globe are being urged to keep a careful eye on the early hours. Significant updates often occur during the settlement window, which begins now and ends at sunrise. During this time, anything that is activated will most likely become apparent. As all key indications supposedly trend in the same direction for the first time in years, the globe is holding its breath tonight.